After a year of remote travelling in our Supreme Territory off-road van, here's the full rundown. What worked, what didn't, and what you should know before you buy. Alright, let's run you through the van. So the first thing you see when you come in is the bed portion of the van, which is right up the front. So we've got our queen size mattress, which we have put a mattress topper on, just makes it a bit more comfy. There is also underbed storage. Now we actually haven't utilized it. Ideally we want to use it for our camera gear storage. However, we need to create a barrier between the 12-volt gear and the rest of the storage so nothing bumps up against each other. Other than that, there's heaps of storage in this section, so we've actually never touched those two top cupboards because we don't need it. You got your side storage, your bedside tables, which Chris, you can access his. I can't access mine because for some reason, anytime we travel, Chris has to bring not one, but two guitars, and they live on my side of the bed. So that's great. But we do also have our warm lighting, which I love. It's all through our van on our LED lights. Just makes it a lot more homey, a lot more cozy and everything like that. And yeah, massive windows make for really good airflow. The only thing we've found is these fly screens sometimes aren't 100% bug proof. So keep that in mind. That's the only thing there. Then we come around, we've got our power, which I tend not to mess with. I'm not good with that stuff. I do mess with the radio because I love having music going at all times. So that's really good. But that is all that. I've got our fans above our bed as well, which are very useful, as well as our aircon, which we don't use very often. We then have, at the moment it's set up like Chris's studio. This is where he does all his work when we're on the road, but this is our couch. So we went with a light coloured couch. We really like it. Keeps it more open. The van doesn't feel as enclosed or kind of stuffy or anything. The only thing is you can see marks on it pretty easily. So any dirt, if you stand on it or anything like that, you can notice it quite easily, but not too bad. The bench top, we also went pretty light in colour. We like to have our bench this way. Means one person can sit here, person sit over there. You got the most room for eating dinner. Pouch storage, which is great. Once again, big windows, light curtains. Just keeps it really nice and light and bright. And that warm lighting again, as well as little reading lights if you need them. We then have all our storage up here, which we definitely don't utilize to the best of its ability, but we just got kind of our cooking gear, jet boil, all of that, as well as some sauces and other things up there. But that's the couch area. We do have the cushion that you can insert here and make this into another bed for when we're traveling. We haven't done it yet, but we have it. It's just stored underneath that couch there if we need it. Coming across into the kitchen. I love how the kitchen looks. We went with the light coloured bench top with the white cabinetry and the black sink. Now, a lot of people are saying the black sink scratches or anything like that. We haven't seen a problem with it yet. I really like it. It matches the handles. I think it works quite well. So no problems there so far. Now, coming up, we have the microwave. Now, when we first get in the van, we actually considered taking the microwave out and having a spare cupboard here. Looking back at it, I'm glad we didn't take it out because we have used it. It has come in quite a lot of handy. We've put the plate back into its styrofoam so it doesn't break, but on long days, it definitely does come in handy. So glad we kept that one. Then we have more storage. This is all of our snacks. Up here, you'll find Chris's ridiculous collection of stubby holders. When we go on trips, he likes to collect a stubby holder from every place we go to. So they just keep coming. This is like a quarter of his collection, which is ridiculous. But there's a lot of them there. Heaps of storage, cupboards galore. Definitely can't complain about running out of space. We've got our exhaust fan and light, which we can use it for cooking. If we went back and redesigned this van, I think I would actually remove the whole stovetop and the oven. I know that sounds crazy. We just don't cook inside. We go places that have beautiful environments, beautiful bush around them. We don't want to be sitting inside the van. Plus it gets really hot. So I think we've used this once and that's it. So looking back, I would definitely love to take this out and maybe make it a bin or extra storage or anything like that if we ever did it again, which would be great. Then we've got our fridge. best size fridge. I genuinely have no complaints. It runs so well. We've never had it run out of power, or it's just running 24/7. I don't think we've ever turned it off. Heaps of storage, heaps of room. Cannot complain about that. Once again, above fridge storage, we don't really use it. We don't even use the below fridge storage. We don't use a lot of our storage. We don't have a lot of stuff. Then we have pantry. Our van pretty much stays fully stocked even if we're not in it. So we've just got like some pasta, rice, non-perishables that we can use if we're just quickly going on a trip and we don't want to reload the van. And then Chris's favourite spot, his coffee spot. He needs 2 of these every morning, otherwise he won't survive the day. So that's what lives in there. Then coming on through, we go into the bunks. So hopefully in the future, as our 2 daughters get older and bigger, they can come on trips with us. So we knew we had to get bunks for this section of the van. They're very useful, good size. They're full 6-foot bunks. So if one of our friends came along, they can have the bunk as well. There's fans in them, there's lights, there's sockets, charging cables, everything you need. Like charging spots, whatever those are. I don't know, electrical things, still don't know them. Then you've got windows, curtains, it's got it all, so it's very useful. While the girls aren't traveling with us, Chris uses the bunks as his complete camera storage. So ignore that mess, but it's quite useful, quite versatile. It also has under storage, you'll see it when we go outside, but there is storage under there. And we use this bottom step of the bunk as our dirty clothes basket, so it's very useful. Now coming over to the storage here, we have our cupboards, which we put towels and stuff in, anything we need for our bathroom. This is also where my collection of tea towels lives. Now, you saw Chris collect stubby holders. I collect tea towels when we travel. This is like a small portion of what I have, but very useful and good memories. So that's what I collect when we travel around. They live in there. You never know when you need them. Lovely big skylight. You can close it, put flat screen over it. There's lights. Really, really good. And then we chose not to have a washing machine. We don't wash our clothes at home. Why would we wash them on the road? But no, we chose not to have a washing machine. Went for the extra drawer storage, which we're very grateful for. Comes in handy. Heaps of room for all of our clothes. Definitely can't complain there. And then you come around into the bathroom section. Now, separating the kitchen or living area from the bathroom, there is this door. This door is very good, it clicks in and everything. The only problem we've really found with it is sometimes the latch here comes off. So we have, just like if we're going on corrugation or anything like that, we cable tie it closed. That way it doesn't move, which is really easy. There was a curtain separating the bathroom from the bunks because it's usually just Chris and I traveling. We took the curtain off, makes the room look way more open. Means we don't have to deal with that. So that's very useful, just lives in the cupboard. We can put it back on whenever we need. There's a toilet. It's a toilet. Chris refuses to empty it, so that's my job, but that's okay. My father is a plumber. I've pretty much grown up around toilets, so that's fine. I can deal with that. We then have our bathroom. Once again, it has the warm lighting on the dimmer, just like in all of our other sections of the van. There's a fan above the toilet and above the shower, so that's very useful. Massive mirror. Now the sink. It is black, just like the kitchen. If you are a clean freak, you will probably hate this because as soon as you brush your teeth, the whole sink turns white. It's covered in toothpaste and everything like that, so might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I do really like how it looks. It's not that hard to clean, just a bit of paper towel. And then you've got your storage below the sink. Plenty of storage there as well. And then the last thing is the shower, which is a really good size. It's like bigger than our shower at home, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, heaps of room. You can move the shower head down. You've got your fan up here, on and off, when you're having hot showers or anything like that. And it's got a light in here, which you can change to blue, which I just think is really fun. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole of the van. We have loved it so far. Not much I'd complain about. You'll notice on our light switches, we did have to label them. It's really hard to remember which one's which, but that's about all we suck at doing.
All right, outside of the van. For starters, she rides on a Road King chassis. These things are pretty much bulletproof. Cruise Master DO35 hitch for off-roading. Twin 9 kilo gas for plenty of gas. We only really have the gas oven, the gas hot water, and we've got a bayonet for the barbecue, so we've got plenty of gas. The other side we have a little Honda EU22 that's big enough to run our generator, microwave, whatever we need if for whatever reason we're not moving much and we don't have much solar input, like on a shady day or if we park under a bunch of trees, but hardly ever use it. Coming back down this side, gas hot water service works great, never run out. External shower, hardly ever use it, but there if we need it. Underneath here we've got more solar input, so if we've got a portable solar panel or a blanket or something like that, we can back that up. But I think half the roof's covered in panels, something around 600 or 700 watts of solar, so we very rarely run low on power. In here we have 200 amp hour lithium. So far it's been great, but we'll probably look at doing something about upgrading that in a little while. Coming down here we have our water storage, so 2 water tanks underneath, both about 100 litres. These are the fill points. Fridge vent, that's the toilet cassette that I hardly ever go near because I can't keep my breakfast down if I do. Underneath we have Cruise Master ATX suspension, so this is the coil stuff, twin shock. Stuff is amazing, like best towing trailer you could imagine. You hardly ever know it's on the back of the car. Moving back down this side of the van, we have our grey water valve, our stabilizers. Just something to keep in mind on this particular trailer when you're off-road, keep those stabilizers forward, even though you're technically supposed to have them backwards. Because off-road, what they do, otherwise they get hung up when you're going through ditches and creek crossings. So yeah, something to keep in mind there. Back of the van, spare wheel, big light bar, safety Dave camera, and a jerry can holder if we need it. Down this side we've got a big pull-out awning, plenty of shade, especially on these hot days. We went with a black van because it looks cool, but there's a bit of a trade-off. On really hot days, the van just gets smoking hot, and if you park it in the shade, your solar doesn't charge. So something to keep in mind. Looks aren't everything. Under storage, like basically underneath the rear bunk, we use that for the chairs, tables, stuff like that. Hatch here has external power supplies, a TV holder. We never carry a TV when we travel, but there if you want it. External 10 amp plug, SIG sock, USB-A, USB-C, and external speakers for the stereo. This is how we mainly cook when we travel. So this is a Jetboil Genesis. We use it when we're camping just in the car, but it works just as good for caravanning. Nice and light, easy to store, great way to cook and easy to wash up. The door is a Camac Invictus. So these things are pretty flash, so they have a glass door, but then this side, this is a security mesh. So basically you can close the door, lock it up with security mesh, lock it and go for a walk, but all your stuff inside still secure. Full blind and all that sort of stuff. Step, all the usual stuff. And then a tunnel boot at the front. Now, this van weighs nearly 3.5 tonne when it's fully loaded. The payload's between 600 and 700 kilos, so one of the big things that you've got to keep in mind with a van this size and with this much storage is where you put your stuff to keep your ball weight right. So because this van pushes 3.5 tonne, you've got to make sure you've got all your weight forward to get that ball weight up around 350 kilos. Otherwise, you'll get a bit wiggly. But apart from that, we absolutely love it.
All right, so there is the full rundown of our van, both inside and out. We do have a couple of things to keep in mind if you're thinking of buying a van. Some things we would like to change about this van that Chris is going to run us through.
Yeah, a couple of things that we're either going to add to this van, or if we were going to go and do it all again, be good to know. So more water, 200 litres is great, but you don't get that far off grid with 200 litres. So we'll probably look
especially when he takes like 10-minute showers twice a day.
So one thing we probably do is add a couple of hundred more litres of water over the front of the axle, get that ball weight down, or get that ball weight up, I should say. Probably bail the gas stove if we were to do it again, and just go with something like an induction cooker or something, induction cooktop. Keep it simple. Got to put an inverter in. So at the moment, our only 240 is via the generator. So when we're running some of these bigger appliances, 240 would come in very handy. If we went with something like a 3000 watt inverter, we can also run the AC without needing a Jenny, which is great because that Jenny's pretty noisy.
And the van is black. It gets very hot.
When you go west in summer, it gets pretty hot in here. Probably double our lithium storage. So we've got 200 amps at the moment, probably go to 400, and then we would have plenty of headroom, no dramas. And just one little tip that we found in Cape York with this van, the little ball valves on the water tank, they're plastic and then don't have a guard, they don't have a shroud over them. So I'll put a photo in. You can get them from Bunnings, they're $3, but we lost one of the valves due to a rock strike, and we lost a lot of our water. So yeah,
Carry some spares.
Yeah, carry a couple of spare valves with you. But other than that, it's been great, hasn't it?
Been perfect. Let us know what you would do with your van to change it, what van you have, whether you like it touring around Australia. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment down below. But otherwise, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on our next adventure.
Cheers, guys.